used to hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm hoping for is sure to be mine. And I do believe it, and no heart get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's a robber, we gotta live right, though we might get distracted by the things in our sight. We can't go blindly when we enter the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows?
Nobody hyper than Blacker representing for overall setting.
We gotta give thanks. We got to give thanks, yes, for the ones that come before us, and we gotta shake hands. Hi, this is Singing Melody, and I'll be on the Overall Settings podcast.
Overall setting.
Yeah, me now, Overall Settings.
Ashes, burn them down all the way. Don't know, Rajama represent for overall settings.
Man, it's all about overall settings.
It's all about overall.
Live on the overall setting podcast.
Overall settings. Watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your keeper. Watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your keeper. Watch your friends, know your friends. Overall settings, turn up the ends.
Lonely's got me thinking about you, honey. Lonely's got me calling on your body. Lonely, call me. Lonely's got me thinking about you, honey. Lonely's got me calling on your body. Lonely, call me. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait another day without your love, yeah. So baby, come over, body, come over. I want your lips, I don't want that. I want your love, I don't want stress. I want your love, I don't want stress. Loving you from far away. Loving you so hard for me. Loving you got me feeling lonely, so lonely, so I wanna hold you and never let go. Lonely. Lonely's got me calling you so often. Lonely's got me feeling so exhausted because I miss you. I didn't need more than your pictures. Oh yeah, Makuma, oh yeah, Makuma. I don't wanna wait. No, I don't wanna wait another day without your love. No, 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 no. So baby, come over, or I could come over. Cause I want your lips, I don't want text. I want to live with you in bed. Loving you from far away. Loving you so hard for me. song. I wanna hold you and never let go. Loving you so far away. Loving you so hard for me. Loving you got me feeling lonely, so lonely, so lonely, so lonely, so yeah. Kiss me slowly, softly. Never let me go. Me. Kiss me slowly, softly. And never let me go. Never let me go.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, not gonna lie that. Jenna, that one there, boy, man, settings in a woman, I tell her, say, lonely, lonely, I'm longing for you, lonely. They've not put my business out there like that, but yo, people, no, that's definitely a banger. You know what I mean? Welcome to another episode of Overall Settings, the podcast that differs, where we highlight the icons of yesteryear who set the stage for the present icons of today who also open the doors for the future icons of tomorrow. But one of the things that we pride ourselves on over Yasso is always for highlight the who?
Diamonds in the rough.
The diamonds in the rough. And anybody who have ears can clearly hear, that this young lady sounds like she could be everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, and should be everywhere. Like every like when you turn on a radio station, I mean, half of them songs where we are here nowadays kinda attain the youth them and make them go down a certain way in a certain direction. It's always good to hear, feel good music.
Mm-hmm. And hear a unique voice.
Yes,
Hear
definitely.
a unique voice.
Definitely.
Yes.
I want to say big respect to, the Soul Kitchen family. You guys did it again. You definitely have a ear and an eye for talent. You know what I mean? And this young lady is
John, big up your damn himself.
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Bottom line.
It's crazy. And I mean, and of course, whenever I want a John artist, he's always gonna drop some facts in the comments. And I mean, he's like, she was the takeover queen in Canada in 2023. John, when I reach that's not yet, brother. Don't we? Allow us to do what we do over Yasso. You know what I mean? When we come to Soul Kitchen,
What
you
we call it? No let out the puss too quick.
yeah.
No let out the puss too quick, man.
You know what I mean? Because I've never, people always look for me and when them see my real name, them say, like, what kind of name is that? You know what I mean? They're like, AAEFKA. Like, I've never seen, the only time I seen two A's in a name was when, it's like Aaron or something like that. You know what I mean? I personally never seen three L's in a name. So, I wanna know all about that. You know what I mean? I have an idea what the root of the name maybe, but I don't want to make any assumptions. That's why we love to have these conversations.
We're going to get to that too.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah. I mean, John, you were supposed to send us some more songs. So in the meantime, between time, can you please, make that arrangement? I told you I was having some little difficulties with my email. You know what I mean? But the artist is here. Time is of the essence. You know what I'm saying? She took the time out to, streaming all the way from Canada.
Big up Canada.
Like, she's in a whole nother country talking to us.
Big up my auntie and my cousin them over Canada.
Like right now, we're supposed to feel important, brother.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? You know what I mean? Because, a young lady like this who could, especially with a voice like that, could be on stages around the world,
Mhm.
could be on
Mhm.
some of the biggest podcasts in the world, and she chose to forward over here to the overall settings podcast,
Especially
you
on a
know,
Sunday evening.
yeah, man. So big up John Kitchen for make it happen. Big up one of the best booking agent in the business, Merm Settings. Big up Misha Settings. Big up Jenna Settings. Big up Mickey Settings. Daddy Lee Settings. The ear statement shop where we are right now. One of the biggest sponsors that we have over the years. And big up Father Sean, big up Father Andrew. Everybody will respond to his shop.
Yeah, man.
Me
Everybody
I
we are
say
sure we love, man. For
Miguel
real.
Settings, the whole of the Settings family, John Kitchen Settings. Man, I say so. Without further ado, a very warm overall Settings welcome for our guest tonight, all the way from Canada, SILLLA.
What's
Hello.
up? What's up? What's
Hello.
up? Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me. Big up yourself.
The pleasure is all ours, as you could clearly see. Jenna is one of those guys who hardly ever comes from behind the camera. He's
Mhm.
always doing some stuff behind the scenes. But once he got like wind of your voice and seeing your presence, he felt like he definitely had to go find his dark glasses.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And come, he's, so, I don't know if he's trying to get in on the interview. I
Yeah.
don't know what's
Well,
going on. We're just gonna,
we rarely see Jenna come show his
yeah,
presence. No
he's
one.
never, like,
Never.
you
Those are
can
some
watch,
nice glasses too. Those are some nice shades. James Strong.
yeah,
James Strong.
you can watch 500, reasons that we've had over here. And, he's never, ever came on camera. So, obviously, that's as a result of your presence. And we
Wow.
thank you for being here because you definitely could be anywhere in the world, and you chose to be here with us as a result of a link up that we've had from a longer time with John. So thank you,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, thank you very much.
Thank you for having
um you have such an amazing voice. You're an amazing talent. The song that we just played, even though it was like just the one song so far, hopefully I can get it together so we can play more stuff there. He just sent me some more. So we're definitely gonna get into that now, but we're already, opened up the floor for discussion. So, what we like to do over here is be really newsy. Like we like to go back as far as we possibly can. Obviously we're not pressing you to talk about anything that you don't want to talk about, but at the end of the day, we like to give people their flowers while they're here. You know what I'm saying? And one way of doing that is we're not vloggers. We're not even your traditional media personality who conducts like a traditional interview.
Interview.
What we like to do is allow you to let your hair down, which you did.
Yep.
um be
Did.
your be yourself, and this look at this as a part of your legacy, because we know about you, John knows about you, whoever you've touched along the way knows about you. But when the world begins to know about you, um the sad reality of it all is that vloggers only focus on what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? So we like to touch on before the music even became involved. Like, your history, as a way of you being able to tell your story, because by the time you get to a certain point, everybody's going to want to paint their own picture. Oh yeah, I seen her down the road and she was up at the jail visiting R. Kelly, and what I'm saying, all types of, what I mean, so it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Our girl, man.
right,
A long
yeah,
time.
exactly. Like
No.
people who have never paid you any mind, like
Right?
they're like, oh yeah, oh well, we gave her her first big break, and what I'm saying. So we like to negate all of that stuff now by addressing it before it even happens, because we know once people get wind of the immense talent that you have, that's when all of that stuff starts. And, the primary focus would just be on what's your next single, who's she dating, you know what I'm saying, how many awards she won, what scandal is she in today. So we like to, allow you to just be yourself, talk about whatever it is you want people to know now, 5 years from now, and with the presence of the internet, 100 years from now, unless something else comes and knocks that out. You know what I mean? So this is a part of you solidifying your legacy.
And we want to go back to the earliest moments.
Right.
Earliest moments.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's cool. That's cool.
So
how
where
early
did
you want to go?
so where did it all begin for you? Even prior to the music, like where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Canada. I'm born in Canada.
Okay.
I lived in Ghana for a period of my childhood. So my parents did a lot of business in Ghana. So they'd be back and forth from Ghana to Canada. So I went to school in Ghana for some time, but most of my life I spent here in Canada.
Hold on. Are your parents originally from Ghana?
My parents are originally from Ghana. Yes, they're from Kumasi. You ever heard of Kumasi?
Okay.
Kumasi, Ghana?
No, I've heard of Cavassier though. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Kumasi is a place in Ghana and is held by the Ashanti Empire. So I'm actually part of the Ashanti tribe. So when I identify as a Ghanaian person, I also identify as an Ashanti because that's the tribe that represents Kumasi. So that's pretty much that's where my roots are. So from that point, I've been living here in Canada. When I came back from Ghana, I spent most of my time in the east side of Toronto, and discovered music through.
Hold on. All right, so you grew up in Canada to African parents, you know what I mean?
Yes, Ghanaian parents.
Right. So and so what was it? Were you the only sibling in the household, or were you the only child?
No. So I have an older brother who's also my road manager right now. I got an older sister.
Okay.
And I got a younger brother too. So I am the middle child of 4 children.
Okay. And so life started out in Canada. Were your parents like traditional Africans, or were you guys like, I don't know if I should even say Western, with that being Canada, you know what I mean? But was it like traditional, growing up eating African foods and embracing the culture?
Oh yeah. I eat fufu, jollof rice, all the real African food. Like I grew up, my household was a Ghanaian household. We spoke the language, everything. My parents spoke a lot of English though, and the neighborhood that I was raised in was not a lot of Ghanaian people. So when I left my household, it's like a whole different world.
Yeah.
When I got home, it's a whole different world again, you know?
Right.
So I mean, when I went to Ghana, I lived in Ghana, I experienced a whole different world too, so.
Yeah, I was about to, I definitely, so at what point did you actually migrate to Ghana and go live and do your schooling? How old were you then?
I was 3 when I went, and then I was about 7 when I returned.
Okay. So I mean, 3 is relatively early, but do you have any like vivid memories of being in Ghana?
I do. Like I remember going to school. I remember I was bald. I had to shave my hair. I don't like looking at those pictures. I was like, hey, who is that? So I was like, I don't know what that is. But and when I go, I mean, I'm very close to my family, in Ghana, so I'm always going back there as often, even if it's every 2 years. So things are still there. The little things I've cherished throughout the years are still there. People still remind me of those memories. I have videos of like my birthday parties I had when I was there. So I definitely have great memories of the experience. I feel like that little period of time, taught me a lot, even at that early tender age.
Right.
To kind of make me who I am now.
What's the climate like there in Ghana?
Oh, it's hot.
Always
hot. Always hot. Everyone's complaining that it's always hot. Every time I call my family together, they're always just like, man, I can't wait to come to Canada so I can just jump in the snow. And I'm just like, no, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
So
because
I
the
know. I
kids are
mean,
hot.
just off of common sense, and I mean, I know that you said that leaving Canada, going to Ghana was definitely a change for you. Climate change, obviously. What were some of the other changes that you can remember that was in contrast to where you actually grew up at? If you could fill us in
I
on
mean, the
some of them.
differences between here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Even tell us about some like the schooling differences and some of that stuff.
well, it's more strict there, you know. Everything's very rigid and very strict. Whereas here it's just more, you know, the kids here are just more free. You know, there it's just like
Right.
even you don't know that uncle will beat you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
If you don't take care, you know, they can't do
Right.
that here. You can't be beating
Right.
on kids like that. You
Right.
know.
Right.
So definitely, you know, there's that family vibe where it's like people you don't even know are like your uncles, and they just have this kind of ability to just influence you like that. Um, but otherwise, you know, I was with my mom, I was with my family, so it's like similar vibe because I'm always at home. I was young, so I guess when I came back, I think the biggest contrast was I came back with an accent. So everybody in my family was looking at me like, "Why is she talking like that? Why is she talking like that?" Like I came back, I would instead of calling my siblings by their name, I'd be like, "Oh, brother." My sister's name is Stephanie. My brother's name is Kevin. They're my older siblings. I would be like, "Oh, brother Kevin, pass me the salt." Sister Stephanie, and they look at me like, "Why is she talking like that?" Because they weren't in Ghana, right? So I don't know. So they were kind of for some years the difference in the way I spoke and my siblings spoke was awkward, and somehow my accent started to die away. I don't know if they beat it out of me. I don't know, but making fun of me all the time, like, "Yo, stop talking like that." I'm like, "This is how I talk." Say, "Brother Kevin, why are you insulting me?" Like I was talking like that. So yeah, that's what it was when I came back. That was the difference. But eventually, I started to blend in again.
Right. So I mean, we're talking about I mean, I know a lot of females get a little temperamental when you like ask them their age. So I don't want to go, and then entertainment purposes, you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, like, what? Just give us a time frame of like where we're talking about, like what, 80s, 90s. I mean,
I'm a 80. I'm a late 80s baby.
okay, okay, all right.
I just made it into the 80s.
Okay, okay,
Ah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you know, I noticed that early in the conversation you were saying something about your parents did a lot of business in Ghana. So what would you say, like, would you say you grew up privileged, underprivileged? Like what was life like for you and your siblings? And I mean, I know a lot of people who choose a musical route come from very humble beginnings. Some of them are fortunate enough to be, economically. Like what would you say life was for you and
But
your
before you answer that question, real quick, were your parents involved in any music whatsoever in any way?
Yes. Yes. To an extent, yes.
Okay. So music is natural in your background.
bro?
It
Well, we not
is.
reach our music yet,
Oh,
bro.
okay. Oh, well, you still asked her a question as far as being privileged.
But we
So,
we were gonna lead up to that, bro.
okay.
I'm sorry about that. He gets a little.
So
It's a it's
We get
it's a
excited. We get
it's a
excited.
it's a Napoleon complex. If you notice, I'm the tallest guy on the
Oh no. Oh no.
so he tends to just like interject and like pull rank. He is like the oldest one here too as well. So being the oldest, the shortest, he has to be the loudest.
I just asked
Boss.
if
Anyway,
the
like I
parents
was saying
involved in
before, I was
music.
so rudely interrupted.
We can get back to that now. So we kind of have an idea where we going now. So go ahead.
Yeah, like what would you say life was like for you? You like, like I said, a lot of people who chose a musical route, um, you know, they gravitated to it, for economic reasons, or because they had something to talk about via the struggle, or I mean, what was life like for you before we jump into like how music became involved?
Well, I can say my parents are very hardworking people.
Okay.
They come from, like I said, my mom comes from Kumasi, my dad comes from Kumasi, and when I was born during a time where my parents, they worked so hard to a point where I wouldn't say I was privileged, but we were living in a way where they were working so hard. They were teaching me how to work so hard to have a certain type of life.
Right.
My parents were entrepreneurial type of people who who went against the grain, like where maybe people would come from Ghana and maybe just go work in a factory and just stay working in a factory and just kind of be content. My parents were people who loved to always elevate and find ways to create opportunities, create revenue, and build businesses possibly. So I'm grateful for my upbringing because as much as it wasn't easy. My parents were always working often, and often they would go to Ghana. One would be there. My sister would be watching over me and stuff like that. She was like my second mother, because my parents were working so much and working so hard to create a life for their children, to create a legacy. That's something that my mother and father always talked about. It's just they want to create a legacy. They want to be able to have something for their children to leave for them. Rather than just work day to day and focus on today, they're always thinking about tomorrow, next year, and how the future look like. So, my upbringing, where I find it was hard was because I was always focused on working with my mom. I never really got to, let's say, play outside with my friends or do certain things. I had a very strict upbringing where, like I have to come home, make sure I take care of my little brother, make sure I help my mother cook. And then on the times where you think you get free time to go, skipping, I got to go with her to, the warehouse to, divide clothing because she sells clothes in Ghana and she's delivering stuff to different places, So I was always having to help with the family business or the family development of what we're doing. So my upbringing was really focused a lot on that versus kind of just being outside and just on the streets, like, So my parents were strict in that way, Very strict.
Right.
Yeah.
So, at what point did the music start to, when did the music bite you? When did you start to take interest in it and receive, what the calling?
Every Saturday morning we had to, my mom and dad would wake us up early in the morning and say it's time to clean up, right? And the only way we'd be able to get through the cleaning is my sister, she would always play, like, she had this tape player and she'd be playing like some like music, like old school R&B music, and like TLC or Total, and she'd be singing all the time. I'd be watching her singing. I'm like, oh, this song's catchy. This is helping me get through this labor that they have me doing here, So we'd be singing, and I'd be singing along with all these songs, these R&B songs. And then by the evening time, to my parents, they love music. They would be also playing some our cultural music, hip life, high life music. At the time, that's what that music was called. Now people, they refer to Afrobeats as that overall kind of music. But I started to just kind of find interest in music every Saturday. Every time we'd be doing our cleaning, because we'd just be playing music so loud, and then before you know it, I just started singing along with the songs. And one day, I think the day where I'm just like, oh, people think I sound good, was I was at the mall with my sister, and they had a little competition. This was actually in Barrie. I don't know why we were in Barrie. I think my sister was gonna go check some school stuff out. So anyways, we were in Barrie. Barrie is a predominantly there's not that much diversity, let's say. So I was the only Black person in the mall, me and my sister, pretty much at that time. And they had a competition, And my sister's like, "Oh, you should try it." I was like, "No, like I can't. You should probably not gonna." They're probably like, "Why is this girl gonna come and sing here?" But she's like, "No, just try it anyways. You know, nobody knows you, so you know, yeah, you're just a kid anyway. Nobody cares, right?" So then when she said that, I'm like, "You know what? Let me just try it, just for fun, you know." And I sang this Alicia Keys song, and everybody was just blown away, you know. And I was kind of joking, you know. I was kind of like just playing a game with my sister because she was trying to encourage me, trying to turn it like a game, you know. I was so young, and the type of emotion that people had after I sang, I was like blown away myself because I was blown away by the fact that I did that, and then blown away by the response, you know. And I didn't get first place. I didn't get first place. I got second place.
So was that in Canada?
That was in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably like, I think I was like 11 years old.
Oh wow, wow. I mean,
young.
so obviously, you know, at 11, the average 11-year-old might say what, you know, they want to be when they grow up. Did you have aspirations at that particular time of actually pursuing a music career, or was something that was in your sights? Like, you know, I mean, I have a 10-year-old and she might say, I want to be a doctor when I grow up, or I want to be, do you recall ever that early on, like focusing on music or saying that I'd want to be a singer or anything of that nature?
You know, I always, at that point, I really loved music and I wanted to do music, but because of my upbringing and the kind of parents I had, music wasn't something that you should be looking at as a passion because that is not going to bring good quick money. You have to be a doctor. You have to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things. So they don't, because when when my parents, when they see the music industry, they see the drugs and they see the tins, they're like, no, we don't want you to be like, you know what, rest in peace.
They see the,
you know what I mean? Like they don't want that type of thing.
right.
You know?
They see the
So
Puffies and the R. Kellys and the whole, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so it's like, it was always a thought. I'm like, oh, that would be nice. But it's like, no, I can't because, you know, I've been programmed a certain way. But then I I did get to a point where the switch went off and I was like, you know, or I can, you know.
Right. So after this particular competition, was there any more encounters, you know, and that kind of like directly or indirectly lured you to it, or, you know, was the pursuit of music like long after?
Pretty much. What was your next step from there after that competition?
Once I did that competition, I started seeing that there's more competitions around. I'm like, oh, let me see if I can try this one. You know, let me try this one. So I started getting confident in trying these competitions and being okay if I don't win, you know. But I started to actually win competitions or get second place. So it just gave me more confidence, like, oh, like I could sing. Like, you know, people like my singing. So, you know, but I think one of the next biggest breakthrough after I was doing different competitions was when I went to Ghana. I had like a family trip with everybody, like because when it comes to going to Ghana, the ticket to go to Ghana is very expensive.
Yeah, right? Man, I can imagine.
Hey, so all of us, like me and all my siblings, we never ever, especially when we were younger, got to go to Ghana all at the same time with my mom, dad, and all four of us, because there's 4 kids. That's a big ticket. We always used to go one at a time. So we had one trip where we all finally went to Ghana together, all 4 of us, and my mother, my father, and even our cousins. It was a great trip. And during that trip, my oldest brother, he brought me to a studio because my older brother, he's always been a fan of my singing too. I used to, you know, at home, and we sing all the time, and he was always just like, yeah, you're good, you know. And then he saw how, I think one day he saw me performing actually at one of these talent shows, and he just didn't realize, oh, my sister's actually good. So when we went to Ghana, he became, I think he was connected with somebody named Jay So, who's a big producer. He produces for a guy named Sarkodie. I'm not sure if you know who Sarkodie is. He's a very known rapper in Ghana. So he brought me to his studio, and J Soul presented a beat, and I was like, "Oh, you guys want me to write a song now? Like that's different because I'm used to singing like
Other
covers and
people's
stuff
songs,
like
right?
that." So they're like, "Yeah, no, let's try something." And I didn't even think I could because I wasn't prepared. But I thought I was gonna come to the studio and just sing someone's song because that's what I was always used to doing. I never wrote a song until that day. And they're just like, no, let's just take a moment and just listen to the beat and just feel the vibes, you know? And I'm like, okay. And I did that. And I created a first verse, you know. I didn't even really understand at that time. I didn't even know the difference between a chorus, verse. Like I wasn't really
Yeah,
focused on
yeah.
because I didn't understand songwriting. I just sang songs like a deer in the headlights. And then, but that day, I really learned so much, and I realized that I could be a songwriter because when he put the song together and I recorded it and I heard it back, I was like surprised. I'm like, oh, I can do that too.
Wow, wow, wow.
So I'm so grateful for that experience because that I created a song called Fantasy at the time, and that song when I brought it back to Canada, like the amount of people that I didn't know that loved the song, and like to me, I'm like I'm nobody, like you know, and I'm here presenting the song, and so many people enjoyed it. So I was so grateful because I didn't know I could do that, you know. So it just empowered me even more. I just got more
So it was
empowered and
so
more
so the
empowered.
very first song that you ever wrote was kind of like on the spot, you
Yeah,
know, do this. How old were you at the time?
I was older. I think I was like maybe like 16.
Wow.
That's
16.
not old.
Yeah,
That's
and you
not
were
I
in
old.
the
mean,
studio. So
As
like
far as composing a
without you
song.
having the concept of like bars and you know it's crazy. I know looking back, you know, as an artist, isn't it crazy like how the rhythm was kind of like telling you what to say?
exactly. The
Yeah,
whole
isn't
time.
that amazing?
The
Yeah.
whole
So
time.
like, you know, like do you remember any of the song at all?
Fantasy? Yes. It's so funny because I didn't even know what to write about.
Right.
So then I started thinking about like some people that have told me stories about situations that they're in. So the song is actually not even about me. The song is about a story that someone told me, and I took that story and turned it into a song. Because at that time, I'm like, I'm so young, I ain't got nothing to really
So
about. I'm
you on
boring.
your first record was you dry snitching about somebody
I
else.
know. I ain't gonna no names though. I ain't gonna tell no names. They know who they are though. They know. I'm sorry
Like,
again.
Gail, I
Uh,
told you
all
never.
right.
You were sworn to
All right.
secrecy. You heard
Yo,
some.
I
no,
didn't
no,
say
hold
too
on,
much.
hold on.
I didn't say no names.
No, we are go fast. So can we hear a little bit of the song? So we gonna get nosy now. Can we hear a little bit of the song?
No, man, we don't have a better
It's an
than you.
R&B song.
Okay, yeah,
Want
give
me to
us a
see the
little
song?
piece. Yeah,
Yes,
give us a
just a little
little
piece
piece
of
of
it.
it,
Okay.
please.
It goes, I woke up this morning to a pillow so cold and I'm waiting for your call. But you left me all alone in this bed, reminiscing in my head. Don't want to believe everything that you said. Your words and your actions to match this here passion. You send my heart crashing when you say we should just be friends. I don't wanna be your friend, cause your eyes don't lie. I know why. I know we may have crossed the line. You got a girl, so you can't be mine. No,
Wow.
I'll just stay in my fantasy. It's you and me. Oh, I know we may have crossed the line. You say we just friends, no, you can't be mine. No. I'll just stay in my fantasy.
Yo, man.
Wow.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
hold on, hold on.
hold on.
16
Some
years
mix
16
up,
old.
years
some
old.
mix up, some mix up still.
Hold on. 16-year old.
16 years old.
16 years old.
Wow. It's
That is
truly a gift.
yo,
Big up
mad
Miguel.
song.
Big up
Mad
Miguel
song.
settings and counselor settings in our live right now. For
Bad
real.
song.
Brother, I wanna go and big up on yourself. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. Bad song.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. It's available on Spotify. Yeah, the quality, obviously, things have we stepped up our game since then.
What were
But
you
the song is
calling
still available on all stream platforms.
What were you calling yourself then?
So you actually released that song at 16 at that time?
You know what? I did release it on YouTube, but it recently became available on Spotify within the last like maybe 5 years, just because I wanted people to just hear the evolution. You know, people who might be curious about hearing how I used to sound.
Right,
You know, they'll appreciate the growth. You know,
right,
you know, you hear the innocence in my voice, the youngness
yeah.
of my voice. Then you know, and I've
Wow.
improved so much for sure.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. No, I'm very impressed because
Yeah,
I
man.
mean you have singers who've been doing this for years, songwriters who've been doing this for years, who the way that you put your words together are definitely and for that to be the first song that you ever wrote, and then to actually have the concept being based on somebody else's story is impressive.
And the
Yeah.
lyrics are amazing.
It
Yeah,
was
man.
The
fun to
lyrics,
write.
the lyrics are
Right, right,
amazing.
right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
And you the guys, and then you did it for some established producers, so
Yeah.
you were kind of like a shoe in a sense, so
I was
16
lucky.
years old 16 years old talking about fantasies and all of that type of stuff. When mom and dad heard it, what was their reaction?
Yeah, they were just like, my mom was just like, what is that? Like, no, but I think a lot of times sometimes my parents were so busy that like they're not even listening to the words that like my dad. I don't think my dad actually heard the words really. I think he was just like, hey, the beat sounds good, very good job, you sound good. He's just so busy doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there was never no hate. You know, my mom was always side eyeing me a little bit, like, I don't want you to become like Whitney Houston, like every time,
Right, right,
every
right.
minute, But they accepted the song. They weren't upset with me for sure. They weren't upset
Right,
with me.
right.
Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, did you guys even listen to the words though? I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's
They didn't
love.
listen to the words.
That's love though. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
and for you, like I said, you know, John is talking about R. Kelly buy it off. John is
Hold on,
crazy,
what's the
man.
history behind that there?
No, I mean, John has like some of the off the cuff comments, bro. Like,
Yes, big up
so
John. Big up
you
John.
you went back to Canada. Um, you received really rave reviews from everybody that was able to hear it. Um, so I would imagine after writing, your first song and it sounding like that, and you getting the type of reception that you got, that would encourage you to want to do more.
Absolutely. It really did. And I think the thing is there was a big gap. There's a big gap between that song and then the song that came after. And I think a lot of that came from being at that young age. I was getting close to now. It's time to go. You're gonna graduate from high school. What are you gonna do now? So I got to a point where it's like I want to sing, but I can't. That's not gonna guarantee that I get like my bills paid according to my mom and my dad. So again, it was like a burning fire inside that wanted to go one direction. And so I would be still writing things, but I didn't put anything out because I ended up going to school and becoming a registered nurse,
Oh
and
wow.
focusing on that, to kind of build the life that you're supposed to build, as a common person, right? So that gave me a little break between fantasy and the next release, which was called Thank You. And what made me drop the song Thank You and kind of bring me back into what I really truly felt was a calling was the birth of my child. I had a child. And when I looked at my child and I saw this beautiful girl, it empowered me, so much to feel like, I want to teach my daughter that, if you believe in something and God gives you a gift, that you could anything you believe in can happen, So then I released a song called Thank You. And that song is pretty much thanking my daughters for giving me that type of motivation. Whereas people might think it's the opposite, right? You might think it's the opposite when you have children. It makes you not want to pursue certain things.
Right.
For me, it was the opposite thing.
Right. I mean, at that point, you're already in your career. You're a mom now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at this point, mom and dad, I would think could only just give opinions, because you're the mother of somebody else at that particular point.
That's
So,
it.
so what made you, even though you had a career, even though you were a mom, what made you yearn to get back in the studio again, and where was this particular song recorded?
I was living, I felt like a period of my life, I was living, like you're saying, you mentioned it, for the validation of other people, to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Because that's the person I've always, been, for especially, for example, my parents, let's say, my family, So during that time, though, I felt like I was suppressing something, I was suppressing something I really wanted to do. So I got to a point. I got to a point where I didn't want to suppress it anymore, and I got to a point where it's like anyone that doesn't respect that, they
Yeah.
can move to the left, kind of thing. That's I got to that point, and sometimes we have to go to low points to learn that. And I had to get to a point where I had to see and look around and say, is this the life that I really want to live?
Right.
Just because I was told that this is better, is this what I want though? The world is so big. I still have so much more life. You know, by God's grace, there's so much more time ahead of me. Why am I going to just settle for this if there's more that my heart is telling me? So
Yeah,
I
it was your call. It was your calling, and you had to answer it.
yeah. I mean, during that time, I would still go to little studios here and there, but when it comes to actually being serious and releasing music, it was like, I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be, because there was always, I felt like I was being pulled, from, do you want to do this or do you want to do that, And what I wanted to do, I wanted to make it make sense. So, but I realized when I removed certain toxic energy, negative energy, and when I start to raise my vibration and pour into myself, and learn self-love, learn just being able to stand your ground in what you believe in. When I got to that point, that's when I released a song called My Way. That song is actually dedicated to that period of time where, and the chorus is, bad mind can't find stress around my way, because every day them blessings fall upon me. Because there was a time where I was surrounding myself by people who weren't pouring into me and weren't encouraging me. So that song got released because I reached a point where I was no longer accepting that. I became so firm in what I wanted around me that if
Right.
you did not vibrate on that vibration, you won't see me. You won't hear
So,
from me.
hold on. At the time when you recorded your first song in Ghana, Fantasy, what were you calling yourself? Because obviously you were an official artist at that particular time. So
I was calling myself SILLLA Styles.
even back then.
Back then, I was calling myself SILLLA Styles. Yeah.
And then you said it was a little break in between there. And then
Mhm.
here you have this bouncing baby girl now that just came into your life, and at this particular time you had a career and everything.
But
You
I
know,
I I, I want to ask her this question real fast before you get into the next. From 16, why you did your first song, and you took a break. In the meantime, in between time, who was some of your inspiration that you drew from to say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I want.
So I loved to listen to neo soul during that time. I used to listen to a lot of like Indiari, Erykah Badu, Alicia Keys, you know, I and I also listened to my parents play a lot of African music, so I used to listen to like Daddy Lumba. You know, there was a time when Tiwa Savage was starting to come up. She's amazing Nigerian singer. She's actually one of my biggest inspirations of female artists in Africa that sing. And so I would just be, you know, I listened to a lot of Destra as well. I was a Destra fan. She's a soca queen. You know, I love soca music. I love all types of music, and also those were the people I would listen to all the time. You know, Brandy but I used to listen to a lot of Alicia Keys, and I used to listen to a lot of Alicia Keys because people used to tell me that I sounded like Alicia Keys. So I'm like, oh, if I sound like Alicia Keys, I can learn Alicia Keys songs.
Right.
Singing like Alicia Keys. You know, so
come here. Hold on for 1 second. 1 second. Come here. Put your ear right here. Let me tell you something.
Me?
Yeah. I want to whisper something to you.
Okay, whisper. What do you want to tell me? Can you see my ear?
You actually sound better than Alicia Keys. All right.
Hey! Oh, wow.
That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I love Alicia. Like trust me. Is a brilliant singer, wonderful songwriter, better musician as far as I'm concerned, but yo, trust me.
I was personally I was comparing to kind of like a Sade type sound.
Yeah, and Sade is actually my favorite singer.
And that's you know,
and she has African roots as well. But before we even go any further, you know what I mean? We're like I said, this is a part of your legacy. I want to touch that song since it's so near and dear to you. You know, this one. I would like you to intro it for us. Reaching out to your daughter, you know what I mean? Because that she was the inspiration behind it. This life changing.
Oh, my thank you song.
Event. Yes. So you can intro it for us, and then.
Yeah, this is my thank you song. Dedicated to my daughter Desi. She's actually in the song, so big up Desi because. Yeah, she's my girl, you know what I'm saying? She's my motivation. So yeah, this is thank you. I thank you for choosing me.
All righty then.
I haven't heard this song in so long.
Oh yeah. Place. Oh, and by the way, your cute little feet, they take my breath away. And when you look at me with that perfect little smile, it makes all of the pain, it makes it all worth it.
That's for the babies. Big up to the babies.
Oh, yeah. Place. Oh, and by the way, your cute little feet, they take my breath away. And when you look at me with that perfect little smile, it makes all of the pain, it makes it all worthwhile. My baby, I love you to the moon and back. I smother you with loving, no, I'll never stop it. No, I'll never stop it. No, I'll never stop it. I smother you with loving, no, I'll never stop it. I thank you for choosing me. And I thank God for your life and mine. I thank you for all the sweet things you do to make me feel so proud to be your mama. Like an angel on earth, I mean every word. Baby, you're my blessing. You make me a better person. And I tell me your word now, into the world you go out. I wanna hold your hand through every single pain and every single plan. My baby, I love you to the moon and back. I smother you with loving. Oh no, I'll never stop it. Oh, I'll never stop it. No, I'll never stop it. I'll smother you with loving. Oh no, I'll never stop it. Thank you for choosing, and I thank God for your love.
Yeah, listen. Let me tell you something. Great minds think alike. I have two daughters myself.
Mad,
I have
mad.
two daughters myself, and I wrote two songs for those little girls.
Quick
Did
question.
you?
Look, quick question.
Yeah, but
You,
hold
you,
on,
you.
before I don't wanna lose my train of thought.
I just
No,
want to ask her if she wrote that song because the lyrics is amazing once again.
I
the,
wrote that song.
all
I wrote
right.
that
So
song.
all right, no,
Mm.
no. This is why I'm saying great minds think alike. Um, I have several songs in my catalog that some of my favorite singers have songs that either have the same um subject matter or actually the same exact title.
Wow.
And I never knew that until I like went back like searching for their music. Like I'm the type of guy that like I will binge listen to an artist. Like I've always heard of Sam Cooke. I probably knew one or two of his songs, but then when I started really to delve into Sam Cooke, I'm like getting every song that he ever made, and you know what I mean, like doing research on him, and you know, Marvin Gaye is the same thing. I did a song called If I Should Die Tonight and never knew that Marvin Gaye had a song called If I Should Die Tonight.
Wow.
I'm saying this to say that I'm not making a comparison to me and you know, because comparison is the thief of joy. But when I say great minds think alike, I was not even just talking about myself, but one of the biggest songs ever is a song that Stevie Wonder wrote about his daughter. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? And if you notice, the way that that particular song moves, even though it's on like a totally different beat, the frequency of it hits your ear the same exact
Right.
way.
Right. That's a vibes.
Love, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I can guarantee you nobody else has brought that to your attention, but I listen to music totally different than a lot of
Right.
other people because I'm a creative mind. Just like I
Right.
told you, I know it amazed you the first time that you wrote a song where it was like you
Yeah.
literally you wrote the song, but the rhythm was actually the thing that told you what to do. You know what I mean? A lot of if you're not a true artist, you can't really understand what I
I
just
get
said.
that. I get that
Right,
100%. Yeah, for sure. I
right,
remember that moment.
right.
I'm just like, oh,
Right,
right? Yeah,
right. You don't
yeah,
understand it at the time when it's happening, but
right.
as you progress and you start to like come into your own and
Mhm.
embrace that gift that you're given, it's like even right now, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but you're talking to somebody that made their first song at the age of 17. So we're talking about 33 years now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like that I've been doing this and I
Mhm.
still amaze myself to this day.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I know that you get the same exact feeling
Right.
because
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see that you just organically love music. I haven't heard you one time say, "Oh, I want to get rich out of it" or whatever. And you know, at the end of the day, I just know that you genuinely love what
Yeah.
you do because people who love music write songs like these.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah. It's
saying?
fun.
It's not like,
Fun.
yeah, you know, you clearly, you know, if there's people in the comments saying right now, you could easily be a model, you know what I mean? So you could have came out typically, you know, talking about what everybody else is talking about to get that quick break. You know what I mean? You know, but you
True.
talk about you talk about what you feel. And and and
Exactly.
and we appreciate love that over here because
Mhm.
far too many artists when you give too much of yourself away to someone else, you tend to lose a part of yourself that you'll never ever get back.
That's
You
true.
know,
That's
yeah,
deep. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's
And
true.
John Kitchen says, man, he loves you and everything you do has depth.
Thank you so much, John. Big up, John. Big up, John Kitchen. Thank you
Yeah, man.
for connecting me here. You know, you guys are amazing. I love the energy so far. You guys are just
Thank you.
love the
Thank you,
vibes,
thank you,
man.
thank you.
I mean, it's genuine. We go with the flow. Like we don't
We don't do interview, we do
yeah,
reasoning. So
we
you
don't
sitting
even
here
know
just
how. And
talking with a couple of your buddies,
and
couple of your friends.
and half of the time we're like kind of almost intoxicated.
Yeah.
So
Really?
we,
Y'all
we, wouldn't,
intoxicated right
we wouldn't even know how to conduct a traditional. I'm just kidding.
That's funny. You guys are holding yourself really well. You're holding yourself
Thank
together
you,
really
thank
well.
you, thank you,
Fantastic.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, you know, I'd like trust me that song, that song definitely has some substance to it. It touched me. I'm pretty sure that it touched a lot of people. It sounds like you wrote it before your daughter could even understand.
But hold on, hold on.
I know.
Was that your daughter in the beginning of the song?
That's my daughter in the beginning of the song. That's
Wow.
the best take that we did. You know, that was the best
Yeah.
take. Just
How old
tired.
was she at that time?
Whoa,
She was probably like 3,
wow,
2, 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Whoa.
that intro was amazing with her on it.
Oh man, she loves it. She's 9 now, so she's always just like, "Yo, can I get a redo?" Or I'm like, "Girl, we gonna have a new song. Don't worry."
So, no, trust me. I was on your page earlier. I seen her dancing and doing her thing, and you know, and mom's her biggest fan because she's like, came to do a show and she understood the assignment, and you know what I'm saying. So you keep instilling that into her. My daughter's 10. My youngest is 10, and she didn't. I wrote a song for her, and I took her to the studio for the first time 2 weeks ago, and she did it in one take. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was so proud of her because she didn't have a paper in front of her. Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm still, 33 years in, sometimes I might have to take a couple takes, and it's
Say
not
you be fucking
complete.
Yeah.
Say you fuck up sometime, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Say you fuck up
I-
sometime.
I-
33 years and you still fuck out.
but if you notice what I just said about great minds think alike, I'm going back to that original statement again because, like I told you, Stevie Wonder. I mean, not Stevie Wonder. Marvin Gaye and myself have a song that shares the same title. If I Should Die Tonight. I mean, slightly different concept, but it just still amazed me the fact that we had a song that had the same exact title.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even though yours is a totally different concept, once again, it segues right back to my original statement because you said your very next song was My Way. Who universally all over the world doesn't know Frank Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra.
I did it my way.
Ah.
And that's a huge song, like worldwide. You know what I mean? And you probably didn't have a concept or a clue at that particular time, because you were focusing on doing things your way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, obviously you had Frank Sinatra was the furthest thing away from your mind
For
at that
real,
particular
though.
time. I hear you talking about toxic people and toxic situations and finding yourself and you know what I mean. So obviously you were trying to free yourself of whatever it was you were involved in at that time, and you did it your way. And I'm gonna drop that right now if that's cool with you.
No, drop it. Drop the scene.
Like I said,
let them know.
this is a part of your legacy, you know what I mean? So once again, here we are again. You know what I mean? Gonna drop this one.
Yes. Featuring Julius X. That's my brother, by the way. That's my younger brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
stress around my way. Cause every day them blessings fall upon me. No, I don't fret, no way. Nah, God gon' make a way. For every breath I take, I'm gon' live my best life. Yeah. Drop top flying all the way to me. Hot spot, we be on the way out. Hot stuff, I know that he into me. Face beat, we about to break out. Me and my girls, taking on the world. Living so good, diamonds and pearls. Good vibes, feeling so nice. Everybody got a vibe popping all night. Yeah. We don't really worry about them haters, no. We be all about our paper chasing. So if you about your money, raise it up and so I might can't put stress around my way. Girl. Cause every day them blessings fall upon me. No, I don't fall now. God gon' make a way. For every breath I take, I'm gonna live my best life. Yeah.
I was alone, had to switch up, you know how it goes. I said it's just a soul.
Whatever. I Jacksonfied this. Everybody in my family can sing. Hold on. This is SILLA and her brother Julius.
Julius X.
All right, make we drop it again. That one again.
Drop it again.
My mind can't fight stress around my way. Cause every day them blessings fall upon me. No, I don't fret, no way. Nah, God gon' make a way. For every breath I take, I'm gon' live my best life. Yeah. Drop top flying all the way to me. Hot spot, we be on the way out. Hot stuff, I know that he into me. Face beat, we about to break out. Me and my girls, taking on the world. Living so good, diamonds and pearls. Good vibes, feeling so nice. Everybody got a vibe popping all night. Yeah. We don't really worry about them haters, no. We be all about our paper chasing. So if you about your money, raise it up and so I might get my stress around my way. Girl. Cause every day them blessings fall upon me. No, I don't fall now. God gon' make a way. For every breath I take, I'm gonna live my best life. Yeah.
I was alone, had to switch up, you know how it goes. I said it's just a soul. I'ma make it and get in my zone. This is self-made, man, I've been on a ride. Don't need no one but my God by my side. They tryna hold me, but I learn to fly. I got my wings, now I'm touching the sky. Look at me now, girl, I'm popping. You say you love me, girl, stop it. I am the one, I'm the prophet. Wishing I did ain't an option. Yeah. I got them blessings on me. I was so lost, put my trust in my team. I had to conquer them pains in my dreams. Now I'm just popping them bottles on me.
I might can't find stress around my way. Yeah. Cause every day them blessings fall upon me.
Yo, listen.
Yeah, man.
Listen. No, yeah, bro. No, I think you know where I'm
man.
about to go with this, right?
Hold on, man.
Listen,
Yo,
it's Toronto sprinkled all over this, bro. I mean,
Bro.
I'm getting a little bit of Tory Lanez. I'm
Bro,
getting a little
no.
bit of Drake. I'm
Bro,
getting a little
bro.
bit of Wizkid. I'm getting 100% true talent, brother.
and
sister.
that's what I was gonna speak on right now.
Bro, like what?
This song,
Yeah,
her
man.
voice
Do it, man.
in this song is
Blended
just
with
like
our brothers, like it's
yo.
crazy.
You know what?
Yo,
I recorded this song
talent.
in my house. I recorded
Wow.
this song I record a lot of my songs. I got my own studio like built, and I'm so proud of the song because
Yeah, because you did it your way.
No,
You did it your way.
bro. We heard
That's the
we heard
thing.
we heard a couple of her songs before. We heard a couple of songs earlier,
Yeah.
but this song right here is like on a whole nother level as far as voice.
Yeah.
That is yo.
No, but I
it's
mean,
just-
if you notice,
and then your brother sounds really good. Yeah, really.
no,
sound
with
good
the
together.
exception of the first song that we played, which was kind of like later stuff, you know what I mean, where you could kind of hear like where she's at now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you notice where we're like, if we're kind of like taking those steps from where the growth is coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, like, bro, at this particular time, if we were doing like a timeline, if we were like recording and then editing, like we're just in the second song right now that was actually third song that was actually recorded. Just think about that.
So you definitely see that growth.
Yeah.
'Cause, like
you know what I mean? Like, bro, we're talking about
voice
16
like,
years
whoa.
old fantasy. You know what I mean? Fast forward, you know, and Miguel Settings said that the rhythm is on point as well. You know what I mean? Big up Miguel Settings. You know what I mean? Mr. All Class 24, 28. All he keeps saying is dope. You know what I mean? Like, so obviously he's speechless at this point. Big up Stephanie. I don't want to say it wrong. What's your sister's last name or your last name? Is it Ado?
Yes, that's my sister right there.
Right. And she's like, letting everybody in the comments know, like, look, that's my little brother. So he was my little brother first, you know what I'm saying? And she's my little sister, and this is a proud big sister over here. So yeah, overall Settings and John and everybody, you know, you can salivate over my siblings, but they were mine first. You know what I mean? Like, and we get it. We're just, you know, we're just confirming what you knew already.
Come on. It all started that Saturday. Every Saturday, my sister was playing the music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She was
Exactly. You remember you
so
told
she wants her
that.
flowers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
You told us that. You told us
You know when we're little, every Saturday we have to clean the house.
Right.
Our music I play and we have to clean house.
Yes.
That's it.
Now little boy.
Yo, bro,
and we have to help clean house.
Listen.
Right?
And music I play.
Big up
That's
Russ.
it.
The music get you through.
Big up Russ.
That's
Jim.
what it was.
Big up Russ Jim anyway you're there. Have you ever been in Jamaica?
Me?
Yeah.
I have. My children are actually half Jamaican. So I've been to
Okay.
Jamaica.
All right. So I've heard a lot of times that I don't know, like as big as Africa is, you know what I mean? There's a place set up in Ghana for Rastas to repatriate. You know about that, right?
I believe so.
Okay. All right. There's a settlement of Jamaicans who actually reside in Ghana. My good friend Ras Jim, who's an artist, he resides here in Philadelphia, but his dad has been living here. There's a lot of artists who live in here. And he a lot of people have told me that Jamaica bears a lot of similarities to Ghana. You know, the customs and you know what I mean, you know, the way, and I just hear the way that you're talking, you know, Daddy Lee Settings just said it a while ago. Yo, we had to get up clean every Saturday, you know, and it's like a universal thing. You know what I mean?
And that's in Jamaica, and even when I was here in America too.
Right.
My mother make sure we get up
and
clean that house, top to bottom,
and music definitely had to be the backdrop. Of labor.
Music had to be
whether you chose a musical path or not. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and this is not excluding any, like, I don't know about, you know,
brother, even when my grandmother at Jamaica Saturday morning, coconut brush a shine floor. I don't know who can relate to that, but that coconut brush shine in the floor. And I'm like 8, 9 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
But we getting it done, our music I play. Whatever
Yes.
music you can get on the radio.
So we want to give Stephanie her flowers right now, because if you weren't playing
TLC,
yeah,
SWV,
TLC and all
Brandy,
of that stuff,
Monica,
yeah, if you
Well,
weren't
hold
playing
on.
that stuff,
Erykah
But
Badu.
I didn't hear you mention any reggae artists though. Who influenced you as far as reggae?
I listen to a lot. I love Tanya Stevens. My sister used to play a lot of her music.
Big up
right,
Stania.
right,
Big
right.
artist.
Itana as well.
I get that. I get that. I get that. And once you went Afro, once you went neo soul, that like Itana, even though being a reggae artist, she falls in that category and a lot.
Yeah.
Even Tanya Stevens as a DJ, you know what I mean? Like her subject matter.
Yeah, man.
These
Bad
streets
artist.
don't
Yeah.
love you like
Yeah.
I
I
do.
do.
You know
I
what I
used
mean?
to listen to them all the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
You know what I mean?
Tana's my favorite. She's amazing. She's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Boy, amazing.
Right. No, I mean, you are an incredible, immense talent. I mean, I didn't even know that. So we got to get your brother over here now, right? Like,
Man, yeah.
yeah. We definitely have to make that happen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because he's definitely so he's also writing as well. He's writing, or wow.
Yes, he
No,
does.
no, you guys sound dope. So like what's on the horizon right now for SILLLA? You know what I mean? Like hold on. Before we even go there. You said you started calling yourself SILLLA Styles initially.
Yeah.
What's the background behind that particular name?
The SILLLA Styles.
SILLLA, just SILLA in general,
SILLLA.
SILLA Styles.
Okay, so my name's SILLLA. So my English name is Priscilla. That's what people call me. My English people call me that. But I spell it SILLA with 3 L's. I exaggerate the L's because the kind of person I am. I like to put philosophy into things sometimes. People get to know me, they say, yeah, she used to start going on and all other thing. But the 3 L's symbolize living, loving, and laughing. And when you get to know me, you get to meet me. That's just how I am. Like this, when you meet me, like, this girl loves to laugh. She just loves to just enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? And I love to love. You know what I'm saying? Like love is something. Love is a beautiful thing. So I'm always trying to spread love, show love. So I carry that philosophy with me. And I carry that in my name because that's what I represent. My brand represents. Even the people around me, my team is like, this is how I move. So we should all move in this type of vibration. This type of element. Of just showing love, laughing, making jokes. I love to laugh, you know what I'm saying? And just living, enjoying life,
Right.
And not stressing. Because bottom line, can't find stress around my way. We just pushing the stress away, and we leaving it to God, and we just living life and we smiling through it all.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Nah, that's dope. You know what I mean? Daddy Lee, what else?
Yeah, man, madman. I love that. I love that concept. That SILLLA. I love that significance of it. Bad.
It's just so ironic that you said you love that concept and bad, because in actuality, big up Miggy. I mean, in consular setting still there, John Kitchen still there. It's just so ironic that in Daddy Lee settings we mentioned. I love that concept, and the word, the adjective that he used to describe you was bad, because a bad she bad. A bad she bad.
Oh yeah.
She bad, yeah. She put on my one claimer, but she rude, she real rude, so fierce no man can tame her.
That's all I wish.
Can't tame her. Oh, she got style, she run.
That's all I wish. I'm settings.
Oh yeah.
Ready? All right.
Oh yeah. She bad, yeah. She put on my one claimer, but she rude, she real rude, so fierce no man can tame her. Can't tame her. Oh, when she got style, she run the thing. Nobody can tell her nothing. This independent lady, she's bossing. I'm a pretty lady, so believe it, feel it, breathe it. Put your hands up if you're queen.
Man,
She
bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She bad, yeah. She put on my one claimer, but she rude, she real rude, so famous. Oh, when she got style, she run the thing. Nobody can tell her nothing. This independent lady, she's bossing. I'm a pretty lady, so believe it, feel it, breathe it. Put your hands up if you're queen. Achieve it, dreams it. Looking so good every season. Now you know I forgive you no reason. Cause she's a queen, yeah. She bad, no lie. She bad, she bad, no lie. She bad, she vibe, she bad, no lie, yeah. She bad, she vibe, yeah. Bad, yeah. She put on my one claimer. They can't claim her. Oh, when she work hard for all of she thinks that she buy her own diamonds and rings. She's ambitious, fit for a king, yeah. I'm a pretty lady, but believe it, feel it, breathe it. Put your hands up if you're queen. Achieve it, dreams it. Looking so good every season. Now she know I forgive you no reason. Cause she's a queen, yeah. She bad, no lie, yeah. She bad, she bad, yeah. She bad, no lie, yeah. She bad, she bad, yeah. She bad, no lie, yeah. She bad, she bad, yeah.
She bad,
Mad.
yeah.
Sang
She
mad.
bad.
Love that song.
Sang mad. Sang mad. You wrote that song? You wrote that song?
I wrote that song.
Brother,
Man,
stop asking when to write and sing them, no, brother.
Well, me ask, you know. Me ask, the talent is immense.
Brother,
So me have to ask.
listen. She says she bad.
Bad.
Mermaid settings, bad. Misha settings, bad. You know, you know, I mean, that's. I noticed you said that when you were telling me about this particular song, you said it was a woman empowerment song. Wording is everything. even in conversation, just general conversation, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Every song that I've heard from you thus far is even when you're talking about personal experiences, I think you purposely write for other people to be able to relate. You're not just personalizing it to alienate them and more or less talk about yourself, even though in a sense you may be talking about yourself, but at the same time you're allowing everybody to be able to be like, that's exactly how I'm feeling.
That's right. That's exactly it. That's how I love to write music.
Right,
I
right,
write music to help people, not only me, but for people to feel like, yeah,
right,
feel
right.
that.
Cause once again we go back to titles. Um, Great minds thinking alike. You said she bad. Um, Michael Jackson said I'm bad.
You good. You are good.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't even know the history behind that song. That was supposed to be a song between Prince and Michael Jackson, two of the top artists in the world. And
At that
when
time, yeah. Yeah.
Prince heard the first line, he was like, "Your blood is mine." He was like, "I don't think I want to be on that song." Because I don't know who he's gonna be singing that to. So I'm cool off that one. So that's why we never got to see these two icons do a record together. But that was just like a side note. That was a
I didn't
side
know
note.
that.
I mean, I have the proof to prove it. It's online for the world to see.
Wow.
You know, yeah, I'm bad.
Interesting.
I'm bad was supposed to be a collaboration
with Prince and
between
Mike.
Prince and Michael.
Wow.
But
I
the
was
first,
always wondering why they
yeah,
never collaborated.
yeah, the first line was the deal killer because Prince, you know, as much as people would like to question, you know, Prince how he looked and his appearance, you know, he was like, I'm not doing that because I don't know who he's going to be referring to when he says your butt is mine. I'm cool. You know what I mean? And it's on the YouTube right now. Look
Wow.
up, yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about She-Bad. You know what I mean? But I just had to invoke that in there because once again, you're aligning yourself with greatness. You're right there. You know, and you have to continue, you know, to do what naturally comes to you, and eventually whatever is due to you is gonna come.
Thank you. Thank you. I
She have
received
it, you know. She
I
have it.
received
Yeah,
you
man.
too.
Yeah, man.
You have it. You
She
have
bad,
it.
bad, bad, bad,
You
bad.
have it. You have it. Just
Yeah, man.
continue pushing and just doing what you're doing.
Yeah, man. She bad, 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 bad,
Come on.
bad. Okay, so in Jamaica, you know what I mean, and like I said, you know, your children are half Jamaican, so I'm pretty
She
sure
know
you're
the lingo and she know the patois and she
I'm
know
pretty
what
she
go on.
know
I
that,
don't
you know
want
what I
to.
mean?
I don't want to.
One, two. So and dealing with music, you know, we have a thing in Jamaica that's big where we call them dub plates. Are you familiar with dub plates?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the plates.
Have you ever done dub plates?
I've done the plates. I done
Okay, all right. Well, you said that with some confidence, so I'm letting you know that right now you reached the part in a show where no artist has yet to escape. It's called Overall Settings Live Dub Plate.
Okay.
It could be a bad songs. Right now, you know what I mean.
Or something new off the top of your head or
Yeah,
anything you
exactly.
want to.
Anything what you
Why
feel
you
like you want to
call
do, as
overall
long as you're calling
settings
overall
nice.
settings. You know, then you know, and then you're already officially one of the settings, but this this is the formality aspect of it. You know, what I mean, it's like, yeah, you're already a shoe in, but you know, we just need this to kind of like, you know, show the powers that be.
To get initiated.
Yeah, she's really one of us. Yeah, we got the footage to prove it.
Okay. 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 Well, I mean, Just like I'm bad, y'all bad too. So be like, overall sending bad, 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 yeah. Them bad, 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 no lie, yeah. Them bad, 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 them vibe, yeah. You want me to do a longer one? I can do a longer one though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
man.
Go
Go
on, go
on,
on, go
man. Go
on. Yeah, we
on. Go
want to
on.
hear you, man.
Go
You're so
on.
good.
All right, all right, all right. All right, overall saying bad, 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 yeah. Them bad, 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 no lie, yeah. Them bad, 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 them vibe, yeah. So good, everybody want claim them. Them can't claim them. Overall, selling them got the vibe, yes they do. Overall, selling them got the vibe all the way
Blah,
through.
blah, 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 blah. I am in.
Overall, settings you don't know, they got to do. You
Yeah,
already
mem
know.
settings. Mem settings say a thing on the phone the other day. I chat to Misha settings and Daddy Lee settings. Big up Miguel settings, big up Counselor settings, big up Mickey settings, Corey and
Big
Tori
up all the
settings.
settings, man.
Any
I'm hoping I
any
can be still a settings one
no,
day.
no, you're a
Still a
settings.
settings.
No, you're a settings. The world may refer to you as SILLLA with 3L, but we call you SILLLA settings. Yeah, yeah, one we know. So when you drop the next tune, if you want to put settings on it, you know if it
I
call
must
you.
send you that one. I must send you that.
You have
I'm
to,
gonna send you a nice
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
Any
definitely.
visual, anything,
but
Yeah.
vocal, anything.
but
Send it.
I'm gonna send you a
Merm
first one.
settings was just on the phone with Misha and Danny Lee settings yesterday and was like, everybody are claim settings, everybody want to be settings, but there's only a selective few, you know what I mean, who settings is not something that you just put on your name. It's something that's earned, and by you giving us your time, by you being um livelicating yourself to your craft, because if you didn't love your craft and love the gift that you were given, you wouldn't even be here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It would be no reason for you to be here because you would have no interest in being here, and we probably wouldn't have any interest in having you here. So, the common denominator is the fact that we have a common interest in something that has aligned the world universally together because music is a universal language. Music is life.
Mhm. And on that note, we still want to say big up John Kitchen for the link.
Yes, thank you so much,
Big up
John
John Kitchen
Kitchen,
for the
for
link, and
yes,
big
yes.
you up for giving us that time.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
You see me?
Thank you
Yeah,
so
man.
much
Big
for
you up for
having
the
me.
Yeah,
time.
man.
John, big up your damn self again.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
yes. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be part of the Soul Kitchen camp. Thank you again, John. Thank you, overall settings, for having me. It's been a good time, Appreciate it.
You're bad,
Don't
bad,
make it
bad,
the
bad,
last time though.
bad, yeah. Yo, respect in every aspect. Like I said, we need your brother over here. We need anybody.
For sure.
The producers. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has a story to tell.
For sure.
We provide a platform. I come from an era where platforms were hard to come by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we literally had like a soapbox that we would stand up on, and whoever heard us heard us. You know what I mean? So to be able to have the ability, we haven't cracked a million yet, but to have the ability to do that at any given time, with any reason that we have conducted on this platform, motivates us to continue to do it.
Thank
To
you
be
for the
able
platform.
to put you in front of people who probably have never gotten the opportunity to hear what you bring to the table is our objective, will always be our objective. And just continue to do what you do. You're an amazing
Thank you.
talent. Thank you, John, once again for
Yeah.
allowing this to happen. And we'll be in touch. But like I said, the world knows you as SILLLA with 3 L's.
That's
But
right.
get it right.
Get it right.
She
Don't forget the
exaggerated
other
the L's. Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But we also put a settings back at that. You
Yeah,
know what I
man,
mean?
we
So
attach the
whenever
settings to that right
so
now.
even when your brother's over here, you know what I mean, you could be a guest host. If there's at some point
That'll be dope.
I feel Tiwa Savage is somebody who I rate and respect. You know what I mean? I love her. You know, I love the songs that she does. So nothing in my mind is too far-fetched and not obtainable and not reachable. You know what I mean? So I trust and believe that we'll cross paths at some point, you know what I mean? And when we have her on this show, you know, you'll be one of the first people that we call, you know what I mean? And have you over here, you know, to pepper her with some questions, you know what I mean? Like, you know, to see if you could get some of that formula out of her, you know what I mean? Because she's one of your inspirations. So
for sure.
continue to do what you do, mamas.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Big up yourself, man, for having this type of platform for people like me. So God bless you. Big up yourself. Big up Jamaica. I can't wait to go back to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I can't wait to get to Ghana.
Hola, big up down a yard.
Yeah, exactly.
Big up Ghana too.
I can't wait to get to Ghana.
Guess what?
You
My
know
brother
what I mean?
is going to Ghana at the end of the month.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yes, he's going to Ghana at the end of the month.
You know what I mean?
Spending 2 weeks.
Well, big up yourself, big up Miguel Settings, big up the whole of the Settings family, Mickey Settings, anywhere you turn up. Soul Kitchen Settings.
Yes.
And now SILLA with 3 L's Settings. The whole of the Settings family. Stephanie, your sisters are, your sister and your brothers are stars. You know what I mean? Big up yourself.
Thank you.
Respect, yeah?
All right. God bless
All
you.
right. And the time is coming. The time is coming. Trust and believe the time is coming. So you know, I started the show with this. I'm gonna end it with this. You know, it's an ode from me to you and anybody like you who's on that journey. Because it's coming. So when it comes, just be prepared.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man. I'm grateful for the experience. God bless you. Take care. And look out for my EP coming out, Echoes of Love, February 14th.
Do believe it and know I get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a